Hi, I'm Nancy O'Neill and welcome to Suncoast FYI. Today we welcome Sarasota County's Mosquito Management Services, the Anna Maria Island Players, and Pause for Purpose, right here on Suncoast FYI. My first guests are from Sarasota County's Mosquito Management Services. Wade Brennan, the manager of MMS, and community outreach specialist Natalie Barber are going to explain to us the importance of protecting yourself, your family, and your property from mosquitoes. Now, we know mosquitoes are a problem pretty much year-round here on the Suncoast.
Yes.
Why does our community need to be more concerned this time of year, what we were talking about earlier? Why is this a critical time?
Well, we're already in July, and really there's 3 months of major concern for risk of arboviruses being transmitted to the public or citizens. And those months are July, August, and September. So that's when we really want everybody to take special note. We want people protecting themselves all year round because the risk is always out there. It just gets heightened during those 3 months. So those are really watchful months, and at the same time, that's when our rains are really starting. Yeah. Our mosquito populations start going up quite a bit. And so it's just, that is our peak activity that we need the public's help to take care of themselves as well.
Well, we don't often hear about mosquito-borne diseases in Sarasota. Why is that?
Well, you know, in Sarasota, we've had an established mosquito management program for quite a while. We started in 1944, and it's really, I feel it's part of our IPM program. We have such a diverse IPM program, which is
an IPM? Yes,
Integrated Pest Management Program.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're taking a bunch of different facets of a business for mosquito management. For example, we're going to be getting rid of sources. We're going to be educating the public with Natalie's presentations. And then, you know, our staff are going to be going house to house trying to get rid of any kind of locations where they're causing mosquito problems. And then we're also going to be larviciding, adulticiding, killing all different forms of mosquitoes. By doing that at a major level or a high level, we can constantly reduce that risk to the public. So it's really the success of our IPM program that really dictates where we're going to be on a disease transmission cycle. Now, there's a threat is always out there. Our main avoidance is an epidemic, of course.
Of course. Now, what are some of the difficulties that you foresee or have seen in the past that you're trying to overcome?
Yeah, right now we have the rains are really starting to hit Sarasota. And as that rain, every single rain matters for us because it starts increasing the water table. So once the water table gets to a certain level, then we have massive flooding. All the ditches are holding, all the fields are holding. So it's really maximizing that mosquito population. So our crews are out 5 days a week, every single day of the year. And so what ends up happening is we're just working as much as we possibly can, treating the ditches, the wood lots, and all that. What really gets difficult is when we're swamped with service requests, which are important for us to take care of, but that's really where we need the citizens to step in and take care of their own yards, help us out during this time so we can focus our efforts in those ditches, those areas that they cannot have any impact. And then that way we have a neighborhood impact instead of a focal yard impact.
And this is where you come in, Natalie. You're going to tell us what we can do to protect ourselves and our property. What do we do?
Well, one of the reasons we're having, as Wade just mentioned, there's a lot of water at the moment, and that's the source. So my job is to try and help people understand that the source of the mosquitoes is the problem.
Sure.
So we can treat, or people can look after the adult population, but they're still going to come back. So standing water is where female mosquitoes would like to lay their eggs.
Right.
And that's where you'll find the larvae. So if you eliminate those habitats, then you eliminate potential mosquitoes. So if people look around their property for any standing water, pet dishes, for instance,
Sure.
old pots and buckets, even
That
a
are
bird
catching
bath.
water.
Right.
Yep.
And like bird baths, for instance, will have water, but if they're just left to stand there and not get cleaned regularly, again, that could be a problem. Even plants such as bromeliads. We have a lot of bromeliads in Sarasota County. And if people aren't taking care of them or treating them, they can also
Right.
harbor lots of mosquitoes in some cases.
Things you wouldn't necessarily think
Absolutely.
about like
True.
that.
Right.
Now, what if you're in a situation where you live close to a body of water, you know, like a retention pond or something, where
Right.
you can't get away from it?
Well,
What do you do then?
Right, well that's one of the problems that Wade was mentioning, is that because we have such a lot of water at the moment, and people do call for service requests that maybe haven't even checked their yard, that actually holds up our staff. So if that's something that people could do to help us out. So if people already check their properties, and of course it's not going to solve the problem immediately because the adults will still be around for
Sure.
a few days, but they may say after a couple of days that there aren't new adults. So that's just one thing that will help us, which means then we can go and check out those other areas,
Wonderful.
for instance. So those places where people can't get to, that's when we can go. That's when the technicians can go on service request to go and check
Exactly.
those areas.
And
which-
we have your information.
Absolutely. And
is-
we have a website, www.scgov.net/mosquito,
Okay.
or to call 311 and to ask for mosquito management services.
Okay. Now, wearing repellents, I mean, we know they're necessary. Don't
Right.
necessarily like to wear them for obvious
Correct,
reasons.
yes.
What do you recommend as far as repellents for the public?
Right, well, EPA registered are known to be effective. So anything that's registered by the EPA, the Environmental Protection
Right.
Agency, we have a list on our website. Just to name three off my top of my head would be DEET, Picardin, oil of eucalyptus. And they have other recommendations as well. So any of those active ingredients are known to work.
Well, oil of eucalyptus is obviously more environmentally conscious.
Well, and people will have their preferences. So
DEET.
you can go through the list and
Yes,
see. Right.
yes, okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
My
Well,
pleasure.
thank you both for being here and keeping our mosquito population at bay.
Absolutely.
We're happy to
Appreciate
serve.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, I sit down with Sylvia Marney, the president of the Anna Maria Island Players, so please stay tuned. Since 1949, the Island Players have been providing quality stage productions for the Anna Maria Island, Bradenton, and Longboat Key communities. Sylvia Marney, the president of Anna Maria Island Players, is here to share the exciting details about their 74th season. Wow. How awesome is that? 74 years.
Yeah.
Going strong.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, getting stronger.
Well, you're going to tell us all about that. Now, obviously, over all of those years, you've had many, many productions, of which you tell us a little bit about those. Do you have any favorites that you've been involved with?
Well, normally
Yes.
we tend to go more towards like we'll do some dramas, but we tend to do a lot of comedies. And
That's kind of where you have your fun doing those, and we're going to be showing some of those while we're chatting here.
Yeah.
But you've got a great new season coming up, so let's talk about that, because that's very interesting.
yeah, well, it's been quite a struggle because obviously we've had the COVID.
Yes.
And so we wanted to present something this year that was light but fun, and this season is going to be our best season yet. We're opening the season with a whodunit, and then we then go on to like a family drama, and then a couple of comedies after that. We're doing the female version of The Odd Couple.
Oh my gosh!
Which is, yeah, we're really excited about that. And yeah, the season is going to be our best one yet, definitely.
All right. Now, when you talk about the players, is it local? Do you have professional actors come in, or is it a combination?
We don't. We tend to have community actors, because we are a community theatre, and we take these are volunteers, and they volunteer, and we get people from Bradenton, we get people from Sarasota, we get people from Longboat Key and Anna Maria. So we're always on the lookout for any actors out there who would like to come up and do a production with us. We actually have our auditions the 31st of July.
And where can our viewers go to find out how to take advantage of that?
Well, you can go on our website, which is theislandplayers.org, or you could phone our box office on 941-778-5755.
Okay. Now, obviously, we were all affected by COVID. How was the theater affected, Marnie?
Well, obviously, it was a real shock. But what we did was we spent the first 4 weeks refunding money, which I have to say, our clientele were fabulous. Nobody wanted their money back. Oh, it was so lovely. They just wanted to say, no, keep the money, and then, you know, you'll be here for the following time, whenever it may open.
Delightful.
Yeah.
That is our community.
It is. It really is extremely generous. And then what we decided was, we thought, well, we're going to be closed for an extended period, so why don't we just renovate? Because we never get a chance to renovate.
Right, because you're always
We're
producing.
always,
Right.
there's always something going on. So that's what we've
what you
done.
did.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We've painted the outside. We've done the inside. We've put.
So everybody has to come back and see what you've done.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, volunteers. You mentioned volunteers. So volunteers not just for participating in the plays. You need volunteers for other areas as well.
We do.
Okay.
We do. We could do with production staff if you want to work backstage. If you feel that acting isn't your thing, then we've got lots of opportunities. We need front of house staff. Say if you want to be a house manager, you can come and see the show and house manage on that particular evening.
Now, what does that entail? Being a house manager.
Basically, you are giving out programs, you know, that kind of stuff, showing people to their seats,
wonderful.
making sure the flow of people is nice and smooth and everything. But it is a responsible job, but we find that a lot of our retired people in the area, that is a job that really suits them.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
you get to see an amazing production.
Absolutely.
I think that's a win-win.
Yeah,
There
me
you go.
too.
Now, where are you located?
We're on Gulf Drive and Pine Avenue. We're right at the corner on Anna Maria. And it's 10009 Gulf Drive.
Okay, so that's easy. People can just plug it in.
They can.
And I hope people from Sarasota venture down there too. I mean, obviously we have our local theater, but it's nice to support the rest of our surrounding communities. So
Absolutely,
thank
that
you.
would be great. We would
Yes.
love to have the Sarasota people come and see us.
Now, when is your first production up and running this season?
15th of September. The box office will be open on the 2nd of September. Our price for our tickets is $25 for a single ticket. However, we do still have, we're doing our season subscriptions where you can see 5 plays for $110. So if anybody wants to take advantage of that, you can call the box office.
Now, what does the season run through? You said it starts September 15th and goes through.
And goes till May, and then we close for a couple of months, which then allows us to do maintenance. And then we, sometime normally in July, we do a children's drama group, which is the Anna Maria Island Community Centre. And so
You're always busy.
Yeah, we get these young people in who want
get
to go on
them
the
going.
stage,
I
and then we
know.
hope that they'll grow up and want to come back.
back.
And come back,
I
yeah,
like it.
and out
Wonderful.
with us, yeah.
Well, it sounds like you have a lovely job.
I do.
Good.
It's tough.
I'm jealous. Thank you for being here, and have a great season.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Up next on Suncoast FYI, Brian Gordon, the Vice President of the American Advertising Federation here on the Suncoast, tells us about the approaching Pause for Purpose event. So please don't go anywhere. This weekend, the American Advertising Federation here on the Suncoast is teaming up with My Warrior's Place and their umbrella organization, My Service Dog's Place, for the second Pause for Purpose event. Brian Gordon, Vice President of AAF Suncoast, has all the details about their amazing upcoming event. And Brian, welcome to the show, and you're going to tell us all about it.
Well, thanks for having me.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
First of all, let's start with what is the mission and purpose of AAF?
The advertising, or the American Advertising Federation of the Suncoast, we promote and champion advertising agencies, creative service providers in the area. We also network with each other to increase business locally.
So what are some of the benefits of belonging to this organization, Brian?
Well, for instance, in 1991, the Florida legislature wanted to tax creative services throughout the state.
So advertising.
In advertising, you know, making an ad, making a billboard, 6% tax on all that. So all the local federations joined together, hired lawyers, and fought it. At the end of the day, the tax was repealed. So if you produce a hard product like a brochure, the printing of that is taxable, but the artwork going into it, the service and the creative services is not taxable, which was an incredible benefit to all the
Wonderful.
agencies.
Sure, wonderful. Okay, so how did the partnership take place between you and My Service Dog's Place?
Well, Christina, one of our members, the president of our board actually, did some work for My Warrior's Place, video work. And it came up during that project that they needed some funding to build additional kennels for My Service Dog's Place. And then Christina thought, well, maybe we can do some kind of fundraiser, and presented it at the board, and we kind of knocked around some ideas and decided to do pet photography and share the revenues with My Service Dog's Place.
Okay. Now, Christina and her husband own Mac Shoe Productions as
Yes.
well, so they're a big advertising company in themselves.
A
right?
really important part of our local advertising community, certainly.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're great. They're great. So the funds from this particular event, how will those be utilized to help moving this forward, Brian?
Well, first, my understanding is build new kennels, because they're so busy at My Service Dog's Place that they can't take in all the dogs that they'd like to.
Right.
Or they're worried about getting to the point where they won't be able to take them in.
Okay.
And if you know, a soldier or a fireman or a policeman who has a service dog needs to medical care, maybe they're going for surgery or some consultation, for whatever reason they need to be separated from their dog for a period of time, My Service Dog Place will take the dog and take care of it until they're ready to have it back.
Right. I saw the segment that SNN aired about that, and it was very sad to know that if one of our veterans or community service people needed to go in for medical purposes, that within 3 to 5 days their dogs could be put up for adoption.
Sometimes there's no one to watch
There's no one to
their pet.
watch them.
Right.
And how sad is that for these people that serve us in our community and our country, that they're going to lose, you know, their best friend basically.
They'll hesitate going and get the care they need.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's why this is such an important service.
Very, yes. Now, let's go back a little bit. You mentioned that there's going to be a photo shoot, and the funds from that photo shoot will go towards this project.
It'll go towards this project. The revenues will be shared between our local ad federation and My Service Dog's Place.
Okay. Now, when is the event taking place?
It's this Saturday,
Okay.
the 23rd, at 11:30 to 1:30 at Mokshu Studios. And I'll provide a QR code that maybe is popping up on the screen now, that anybody who's interested could click and schedule an appointment to have their dog taken care of.
Yes, you can have your dog's pictures taken. From
Right.
what I saw on the website, for like $20. You get 3 professional photos
Really
taken.
good photos, right.
Do you know who the photographer is going to be?
Saturday, it's going to be Yana Parker, who's very talented,
Okay.
great photographer. We're going to have all the lights and all the gear, and it's going to yield beautiful pet photos.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, there'll be future PAW events if people miss this one, correct?
Yes,
Yep.
yeah. Nothing is firmed up in stone yet, but I think the next one, possibly Halloween, or over the holidays, Christmas kind of oriented.
Well, we'll get you on again and give our viewers a little bit more of a heads up so that they can make sure that they get their appointment done. One quick question before we close. Are there other public service campaigns that you're planning to run?
On the horizon, there will be a health and exercise event to benefit Kane Community Health. There'll be some children's painting classes.
Fun.
There's a raffle for a pet portrait and lessons on how to paint pet portraits.
Oh my gosh. So fun things coming.
Yeah, lots of things on the horizon.
Will that be on the Q code, or is that a website that our viewers should go to?
The QR code will take it to, one QR code will take you to our website where we invite anyone in the creative community to join our advertising federation. And the other one will be to register for Saturday's pet photography.
Awesome.
You can find your best time slot.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here and for helping us with our four-legged best friends.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for joining us on Suncoast FYI. Each week, the SNN team tries to bring stories and information to you about our community that we hope you'll enjoy. So if you would like to promote your nonprofit or know of an upcoming community event that you would like to see, all you need to do is call our producer, Adam Huntley, at 941-361-4645 or email fyi@snntv.com. And this is a complimentary service. To view previous episodes, go to snntv.com and click on the What's On tab. I'm Nancy O'Neill, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.